Okay guys, welcome back to our RF special called RF Talk. So for our final episode for 2016, we'll be discussing more on Geek Conventions. So we've seen some improvements for this year, like new international esports scenes making major tournaments like ESL1 and Manila Majors. And also some improvements for the Geek Conventions like AsiaPop and Toycon. So with me, I have some guests here from Too Much Gaming, Bigoy.
Wait.
And we got also our special analyst, Agonoy.
Yes, hi.
So yeah guys, so what's your impression for this year's list of Geek Conventions?
Parang ginawa ko na to.
So what's your impression for this year?
As far as big events go,
Yeah.
APCC was nice. They moved their venue from the World Trade Center to the SMX Convention Center, which made it easier for everyone to go to. They had bigger guests, a lot more merch, because there was none last time. And ESGS is as big as it can ever be so far, with real publishers and companies like PlayStation having a huge booth with giant
screens.
Jumbotrons, at least 2.
Bigger than a stage screen.
Bandai Namco having a presence here, and they said they'll beat their presence here because they saw how big Sony was
Oh yeah.
for the next year. Who's the other company? Ubisoft, they have an office here, so I'm sure they'll attend events. I heard Capcom was impressed with the Resident Evil reception.
Oh yeah. So
So
hopefully
they're gonna come next year.
So how about you, Jay? What's your impression for this year?
As for anime events go, there's nothing much that really had an impact unless we talk about one special event later on. That's as far as I've seen with regards to all of the anime conventions that I've been to. I wish I could have been to, say, AsiaPop Comic Con or, say, other events, but it just falls with my work as an events staff. Well, nothing, aside from that, nothing really matters.
Alright. Well, yeah, so far, yeah, I think we have seen some highs and lows for this year. For example, there's some big problems like from other major conventions, like they're trying to do something like a big changer for their original audience. They're trying to make it more broader, but managed to fail the expectations of their longtime fans. So, what do you think are some of the common problems when these organizers are trying to broaden their audience? Ikaw, Jay.
Well, I do. Speaking of, kasi I have biases naman. As again, I'm an event staff, and some of the events that happened this year, I've also had a hand on that. Okay, so let's specifically talk about Toycon. It's great. To answer your question, what was your question again?
Alright, Jay. Yeah, more basically, parang what are some of the bad decisions made from some major organizers that are trying to broaden their audience? Like, for example, you mentioned that Toycon, since they tried to make a partnership with Pop Life, and then they tried to aim it towards more fans, like they said it's for fans.
For fans.
Problem is, what specific fans they're really aimed at?
Well, as for me, what I can comment on is I didn't know that there will be like Rushers Pass or anything like that. They had Pop Life had brought in big stars, yes. Though I wasn't, I was informed well, though I didn't really pretty much get the gist of their other tiers, because what we know is that we have the Toycon tiers. And that's as far as I can say about Toycon.
Also, we got a guest here from a background guest from Ungeek,
I just stumbled upon you.
Mr. Robert.
I think it's more. I still retain my my input about Toycon that they should have just changed the name. The name Toycon already because it's a brand. Toycon is already a brand.
Yeah, it's
And
more like for toys and
it
figures, right?
comes being an established brand, it comes with certain expectations.
Mhm.
So in the same way that you'd expect stuff from Nike, from Adidas, and then suddenly they do something completely which is a disconnect from their brand, which is, in this case, Toycon trying to be something like APCC or SDCC. I think that's what turned off a lot of its original audience. Sure, it gained a lot of new audience in terms of people who said, "Oh, okay, so Toycon does this now." But I think majority of the disappointment comes from people just expecting the usual from Toycon. So I still would have suggested that they just launched it under a different brand, under a different
Like
name.
launching a whole new franchise.
Yeah.
I think like Popcorn could be a good
Exactly.
idea, right?
Or Toy Pop or something.
Yeah.
Basically, you get what I mean, that the name Toycon already is such an established brand that it comes with certain community expectations. And when they went against that, that's where the disappointment, that's where the missed expectations were on that.
I think it does make a point. Like for example, they did try to make it a new title, like they called it Toycon, the pop-like experience, but people still consider Toycon as what it is,
Toycon.
Toycon.
It's Toycon.
So what people expect for Toycon, toys, action
Merch.
figures, merch.
A bazaar type.
Yeah, bazaar type. I think what could Toycon do is that they could maybe attract more bigger toy manufacturers, toy products, like for example McFarlane Toys, or maybe even
Bandai.
or better maybe Hasbro for their Marvel Legend lines, or even from Star Wars, or
Yeah.
even Lego.
That would bring in Star Wars as well, because Hasbro does that.
Yeah, like bring this bigger guns here in the Philippines, that make it a big first time for the pop culture scene to see like these major toy lines making an appearance, showing off their exclusive lines, or even make their usual, like for SDCC, the exclusive toys. I think Funko Pop managed to do that, but it doesn't make any impression since most of this line are not really familiar, well, exception for like the Tiyanak and the Mananggal, which makes sense for its Filipino mythology.
On my part, as if I were looking at the Toycon 2016 as a visitor, I'm happy with it because you see, there's Toycon, there's Pop Life Fan Experience, there's the tier. Yes, we understand that it's pretty much above the usual prices of the event in the past couple of years.
Yes.
But then again, this is fan. Let's put an emphasis in the name of the event itself this year: Toycon Pop Life Fan Experience. So there's experience for the fans, and as if this is my gateway event to be introduced in pop culture in the country, I'm happy with it.
Yeah, I think it makes it good. It's a good like an introduction for
Yes.
those who are still those who want to get inside the fan experience, or more like the geek culture.
Yes, definitely.
Since it's more open, not just alienating those who are not interested in toys.
Yes.
I think that's a good part. Although I think it maybe like made it a split reception, like mixed reaction to people. Like for veterans, they felt that they're being ignored, or maybe they just been left out. But for the newcomers, for those who are new to the convention, they feel welcome, as it's more it feels more high quality event than in recent Toycon from the past years.
Considering that the Mega Trade Hall is not fit anymore to hold the Toycon, and for the public opinion that says that Toycon and this year's Toycon will not be well attended, well, I was informed that the audience reception for this year's Toycon was much better than than expected, than the public opinion, than what the public opinion says. So perhaps if we are taking a look at the Toycon in a populist stance, and if we're taking into consideration the opinions of the people, we can say that the opinions might have been wrong.
Yeah, it could be. Maybe it could be some people or managed to like misinterpret, or maybe they think it's that what they felt is like they didn't meet expectations, or maybe they didn't know what they expect with Toycon. So at least we could fairly say that maybe it's in between for the rating for the experience with Toycon.
Yes,
So,
we can
yeah.
say that.
So yeah, moving on, we're going to focus something. I think you're more familiar with this in regards to like major J-pop personalities making a guest appearance in major anime conventions.
Definitely.
Like for example, Ozin Fest had like Flow, right?
Yes, Flow.
And
the band
then
Flow.
for Cosplay Mania, they managed to bring back on.
Back on in Rioida.
Yeah. So
and in Animax Carnival, if I may say.
yes, Animax Carnival. They
Animax
managed to finally bring Main.
Main, and aside from that, Yanagi Nami Wajima.
So at least you see, there's a lot of international performers are showing up in the Philippines for the anime convention. So what do you think will be expectation for this year, or maybe what do you think is the winning formula that managed to provide the expectations to the fans?
Before I answer that question, I'd like to ask: is this trend happening even before, say, 2015? Yes, it's happened.
Yeah.
It happens in 2015. It is happening this year, and in the future, we're looking forward to the same trend.
Do you think will be more stagnant, or will be going to a more higher peak?
I will not be saying that I'm positive about advancing the set of guests, but they will have a different set of guests for different niche or for different targeted fans. So I cannot easily comment on that though.
Although, what do you think could happen, or maybe what could be the wish list for the fans to expect for next year?
Well, the wish list, I haven't got an idea of their wish lists though. So maybe they could have a more. I'm expecting that aside from Flow and back on, we'll have another major band come here, and well, it's some people on Facebook have been pranked as well that the band Scandal will perform here in Manila.
Oh yeah, I think there are also like some fake Photoshop posters promoting that they might actually made a performance in this month.
Yes, but who knows? It might be real depending on the fan reception.
So yeah, moving on.
So
we're
so I guess 2017 will be full of Japanese bands.
Yeah.
Let's not forget One OK Rock, though we're not in.
I think that was last year.
This year.
Oh, this year.
This year.
It's a
this
solo
January.
event, right?
Solo event, not a convention though. But take a look at these bands, and then you can take a look at the future bands that will perform here in Manila. Although setting aside that the costs will be much bit higher.
So yeah, like more Jibunwo.
More Jibunwo.
More Jibunwo.
More Jibunwo.
So moving on, let's set aside for anime conventions. Let's focus more on the gaming side, like esports. So yeah, Miggy, like you notice that there are two major international brands showing up in the Philippines for the first time. I think for ESL, I think they made a partnership with Mineski since like few years back, but not much in a bigger scale like this one. And also we see Valve doing a Dota 2 major tournament here with the Manila Majors. So what do you think we can expect for gaming? And also Rob, what do you expect for the esports scene and even gaming?
I'm hoping that the surge of global tournaments and esports here, maybe my wish list is that hopefully an Overwatch tournament happens here.
Oh yeah.
A global or at least an international Overwatch tournament gets held here.
Yeah, and Blizzard does have a sort of presence here. They're really pushing Hearthstone and a bit of Heroes of the Storm.
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah, and you know what? That could actually lead to, who knows? Maybe we can have our own version of BlizzCon.
Yeah, hopefully.
Who knows? A certain version of it. I know that BlizzCon loves to keep things close to their chest. That they usually have one BlizzCon and they do it. But all that I'm saying is that with the recent events of Manila Majors and ESL, this has started to open up the industry here in the Philippines. So you wouldn't have expected that you'd have ESL 1 and Manila Majors here. You wouldn't have expected that these global world-class teams start coming here to the Philippines to perform for us, to show us the way of how global tournaments are made. So right now, I'm hoping that ESL comes back. ESL comes back. I'm not sure about the majors because I know that they sort of already plotted out. I think I could be wrong, but I think they've already plotted out their calendar.
So we could make it's more like a 50-50 situation for
Maybe. But once again, I could be wrong. But ESL, I've been hearing rumors that they might come back.
I think they're really optimistic on what the results for this year, and they're expecting that next year maybe much bigger focus. Like could be instead of just Dota 2, maybe you could expect like Overwatch.
Yeah, who knows? We could have LoL.
Yeah.
Here.
Yeah, that's what
It's the
I'm
first time like
expecting
LoL
next.
and Dota to combine in one major league,
Exactly.
international league.
So or maybe that's too soon because you know how toxic
Yeah,
communities are with each other. But
Yeah,
to
but-
have international events held here, for whatever, be it for CS:GO, be it for LoL, be it for Hearthstone, I think maybe 2017 might be that time that was primed by 2016 for those things to happen.
Yeah, and the viewership for ESL and Manila Majors was huge.
Yeah, true.
Like, it's you don't hear a lot of international talk about events happening in the Philippines.
Yeah.
So like you see all these foreigners saying, "Oh, I'm gonna watch Manila Majors and root for this team."
Yeah,
And,
true. Also,
yeah.
there's also TV5 broadcasting
Yeah,
Manila Majors and
they
ESL
showed
1.
esports on television.
Yeah, like it's a rare occasion for like TV5 showing it on prime time.
Technically,
Yeah, even-
Action TV.
Yeah,
There's
Action
some channel.
TV. It's a sports, right? And also, they're also making a welcome approach for esports as not just for a video game, but also considered as a sports game.
Yeah, like you'd see people getting like, "Oh, that's what esports is," and is it really that big? Like you have parents of these kids that,
Yeah.
"Anak, yan ba yung nilalaro mo?" And like, "Opo, ma."
Anak, gamblingan, anak.
No, it's a different,
Yeah, it's a different story,
issue.
but you know, you get the
Online
idea.
gaming.
Also, we'll focus more on gaming. I think we also know this certain event that still needs some exposure. And I'm not talking about the Manila Cup. I think
Yeah,
it's one of the
fighting
common,
game side
Yeah, the fighting game
of
side.
esports.
One of the most common complaints from the organizer is that the media doesn't have support for this scene for the fighting game. So, what's your say about that? That some organizers are complaining that the media is not focusing much on their attention to the fighting game scene.
I don't think it's that people are not taking notice of the FGC. It's because it's a different audience and it's generally smaller, like way smaller than like say the MOBA audience, and that's just even internationally, not just limited to the country. I mean, as a spectator, I attended both Manila Cups, one from last year and the one this year, and the venue change may not be optimal for everyone, but it was nice being able to watch the tournament,
Yeah,
like
true.
the whole 2 weekends.
It's a positive side for the Manila Cup is that most of the audience there are also competitors. Those who are
Some,
already participating for the tournaments, like for example Street Fighter 5, which is
Yeah.
made for the Capcom Cup qualifiers. The other one is for like Guilty Gear,
Yeah,
Blaze Blue,
that's some
yeah,
local
see?
tournaments.
Local tournaments. So I think what I can really say about it for in regards to Manila Cup is that I think maybe the organizers should take the initiative of approaching the media if they really need the exposure that they really want, instead of just saying that
Or
on
waiting
social
for
media,
people
right?
to come, yeah.
Complaining. It's because complaining won't get you anything. I mean, yeah, true. They need more attention, but how can the media like approach them if they're not really approachable?
How can we pitch the Manila Cup to the media? That's a
Yeah.
question.
Yeah,
That's a
actually,
question.
when we went to check out Manila Cup, we had to talk to Imperium itself.
Yeah,
Because we've been following the FGC for a long time, so we knew it was coming.
yeah.
But yeah, it seemed that the word didn't really get out there.
Because it's like small
So,
circle are only being
Yeah, I
mentioned.
think it should just be pushed more, approach more people, because like we're all friends here
Yeah.
anyway.
So
But as far as the events go, like this Manila Cup is huge. We brought
Yeah, it should be
they brought
huge.
in some, aside from it being official Capcom Pro Tour
Qualifying leg.
yeah. We had some international players like
Justin Wong, Ricky Ortiz,
Ricky Ortiz
some of the
from
Japanese,
EG.
yeah, EG, and,
and
then
K-Brad.
and then what's the from the Japanese team?
It's a lot of Japanese people.
Yeah, like a lot of like
I can't remember
15.
any of their names anymore. It's a lot, and we got some Chinese players again, like last year, and
Yes.
some Taiwanese players as well.
Yeah, so
really-
also the
really
problem
fun
here
to
will
watch.
be the venue. I think that's one common problem with the Manila Cup is that their venue is not really friendly for the audience.
Yeah,
Like this year,
I heard people had a hard time getting into the subdivision.
yeah, I think you need like to request a pass
Yeah, then you have
for
to show
approval,
to the guard.
show it to the guard, and you can just go there with a car. You need to go a specific gate, certain gate area just
Yeah.
to get inside.
That is the typical problem with high-end subdivisions. So well, as for me, I can
Yeah,
suggest that they stop doing it in subdivisions.
Actually, that's
Well,
the point.
that was the first time they did it in a subdivision. Last time was at the Imperium,
Imperium,
branch in Metro Walk,
Yeah,
which
which,
is too small to hold
Yeah,
that
it's too
many
small.
people.
It's too crampy for people to get inside, to spectate, and to enjoy.
Understandable.
It was great to watch, but dang, it wasn't.
It wasn't
easy to
really-
get
yeah.
in.
Dami tao ban.
Yeah, because it's like a funnel hallway. So you watch, then you just wall hug.
Yeah.
Look at the
So that's one of the
people
common problems
pass
with the Manila Cup. I think they really need to step up for this case. That
by. Hopefully,
need
like
to
they
get
get
a bigger
venue
budget.
that's easily accessible.
yes,
to
true.
more people.
Because fighting game community deserves some some exposure because
games are
it's a
cool.
really good, really great community.
Yeah,
the problem
those fights
is
are really
the
fun
problem
to
is I think organizers should step up for this case. If they really want to do something to get more exposure, they need to step up and do an initiative like approaching the media, like being a more friendly approach instead of acting something that they
Don't-
in the opposite way.
Don't think that you can do this yourself. Band together, because we're
Yes.
all like everyone knows everyone here in terms of like gaming media.
True,
And yeah, if more people pitch in, it'll definitely get bigger.
true.
Okay, so speaking of venue suggestions, how big was the venue?
It was a clubhouse in
Clubhouse.
what was,
Expect in a clubhouse
Kansas City.
in a typical clubhouse swimming pool.
Was it bigger than the Mega Trade Hall?
Nope,
No.
Okay.
Not nearly. As
not
big
near
as
that part. Maybe a quarter
A quarter of the hall
Less.
of hall
Yes,
one.
Less.
of hall one, the smallest, hall three, the smallest.
The hall three.
So imagine that kind of situation, and how many people, like 100, are watching, and then there's
Yeah,
no
like having
space for
half-
people to have a break, or maybe even to enjoy unless they go outside from the clubhouse and have a
No,
smoke.
no, no. The clubhouse was big enough to hold that many people. I mean, it wasn't jam packed to the point that there was no leg
Yeah.
room.
Although
It
the
was
problem, the air
spacious
condition
enough,
can
but-
handle the number of people.
No, yeah, it was fine for Manila Cup. I was there for day 2.
Although for day
Which-
one,
day
it's
one,
really
I
hard.
heard that there was a lot of people because that was the qualifying rounds.
Yeah.
Day 2 was the final top 8. I
Yeah,
think.
for top 8 for Street Fighter 5.
everything, Yeah.
No, for Street Fighter 5.
5 only. Yeah. So
So yeah, maybe I think it could be a
Actually-
learning curve for this year for
Uh-huh.
Manila Cup to really step up next year.
a better venue would be nice.
Yes.
I would like to definitely see another Manila Cup.
Yeah, same here.
I
Maybe
got to meet my fighting game heroes, guys. So happy.
yeah, like we
The
managed to
two-text
interview, get an interview with Justin Wong and Enrique Ortiz, and then Justin Wong mentioned that Manila Cup is one of his favorite for this year. He even mentioned it in
'Cause he
the Capcom
won.
Cup, because aside from winning,
won.
of course, he had a great time. Actually,
did you see all the food posts he was putting
yeah,
up?
he's really
Insane.
enjoying his time
Half
here.
of which was in Mega Mall alone.
Oh yeah, and he's even complaining that with the traffic, like
Oh,
welcome to the Philippines.
everyone complained about.
Yeah.
All the international players said that they'll never complain about traffic ever again because it's nothing like this.
Yeah.
All right.
So yeah, let's talk about some of the current events. Like for example, AsiaPop Comic Con. They tried something really interesting. Like they added new stuff. Like for example, they added PWR, one of the known local wrestling rings in the Philippines. They added one of their side attractions, putting a wrestling ring in the center of their venue, which is an interesting take as more people are actually watching it and having fun.
Yeah, because to go on the other side, you'd literally have to pass through the wrestling
Yeah,
ring.
and the attention of people cheering, chanting
Yeah, and
random
then,
stuff.
Of course, half-naked people throwing each other
Yeah.
around. You will look.
Yes. You
Not
see-
to mention the hecklers.
Yep,
Oh yeah,
the hecklers.
Yeah, the planted. I know you guys.
Yeah, also there's some certain issue like AsiaPop Comic Con tried to introduce the gaming side, and then they inserted esports festival. Although there's a lot of complaints.
It was mismanaged, but
Yeah.
it was still surprising to see that there.
Yeah, it was surprising. Although it's a good thing that they added the gaming side,
They
but the
did.
problem is the way it was handled was really poor. They're not being handled by professionals. It's like they're being handled by children. honestly. Like, for example, poor placement on schedules, poor
Yeah,
technical issues,
And like this, the schedule was weird. Like you'd have a round of Overwatch,
and then suddenly
not even a full match, like just one round, and then it becomes NBA for
Yeah.
the next hour.
it was confusing. And then there are a lot of technical difficulties, like there's no display on the stream
Sometimes, yeah.
in some case, and there's a certain power outage for no reason, like it reached like 30 minutes.
And then they didn't even finish their tournaments on time.
Yeah. And like
it had
there
to
are
be
a lot of
done
delays
online.
Yeah, done online, and then a lot of complaints from the winner side that their payment
They
or
didn't
their
get the money,
prices
yeah.
got cut. Like they said, there's that certain tax, and also there was paid like originally it was planned like it was paid in cash supposedly, but it was paid in like a bank transfer. But the problem is most of the winners are children or their kids who don't have bank accounts, so that could be a
yeah.
problem. So that could be some of the common issues. I think it will be wise for AsiaPop to maybe consider finding a different organizer for this.
Yeah, that was more of the event handler's fault, and not APCC themselves.
Yeah.
I guess they just didn't know.
Yeah, like if they don't know how to handle the tournament, the gaming side of the tournament, they just do it because.
But it was
Yeah.
nice that they did consider adding that.
Yes,
so
it's a good-
hopefully
good point.
It gets better next year.
Hopefully, they could find a better organizer.
Yeah, and APCC now, because before it was just you were there for the guests.
Yes.
Right, and then some attractions like the big Hulkbuster suit was there last year.
Mhm.
That was pretty cool. Now they actually added a bunch of merch stores. And
Yeah,
they got
it's-
some international. Who's that guy who makes the unicorns? Was it that guy?
Tokidoki?
Yeah, Tokidoki was here. T-Turtle was here also.
Mhm.
That was pretty cool.
It's a good start. Like instead of focusing more on maybe in AAA artists, they try to introduce
They got
other
the
stuff.
whole shebang. Like they had artist alleys for
Yeah.
both well-known artists and then local indie
They're
artists.
focusing
on the
more on
opposite
comic
side.
book artists now. More focus there, and also for the cosplay side, they also still retain. Although they try to introduce new faces to the local scene, although they're still popular, like Riddle. Although last year Riddle's supposed to be should show up, but due to some technical
Oh,
problems or maybe
schedule.
logistic problems or schedule, she didn't make it. So she finally managed to show up this year. So hopefully we could
Yeah, that
see
was
her
neat.
or
And-
maybe the others like Vampy maybe next year.
Yeah, Vampy was
Vampy
there
again.
last year.
Yeah.
I hope she comes back.
Yeah,
That's
hopefully we
Vampy.
could request for AsiaPop
and,
to bring her
um,
up again.
cool. They got Millie Bobby Brown
Oh
from
yeah,
Stranger
from
Things.
Stranger Things. It's a big one. Actually, for Stranger Things, it's a Netflix
Oh, that
show,
following
right?
is huge
Yeah.
here. There's a lot of people in that.
It's like a cult
stage.
classic. Like people are really raving for it.
Oh yeah,
It's a
I had
surprise.
no idea.
Yeah, it's a surprise. Although it was unfortunate for
Agent Carter.
Agent Carter not to show due to
Yeah,
conflict of
'cause
schedules.
I think she had to film her new show.
Yeah,
That's
it
why
was
she
like
couldn't come.
unexpected, but understandable.
Yeah, they got Millie Bobby Brown last minute.
Yeah,
That
it's a
was
big
cool.
surprise.
Really cool.
It was still big.
They got that Jam Project dude.
Oh
What's
yeah,
his name?
from the guy who sang the One Piece opening.
Yeah.
I think Hiroshi. Sorry, I forgot the whole full name, but one of the artists from Jam Project. So yeah, I
Who's
think
the other guest? There's a few others.
there are a few other more. I think
Huge.
the one from
The entire SMX.
yeah, the
was
entire
APCC.
floor, even the second floor.
Even second floor.
I mean the third floor. Sorry, for like their panel discussions.
yeah, the panels, the stage,
The
and
stage.
even food
Yeah,
on that one side.
good stuff.
It's insane.
So it's a big
Overwatch.
improvement. Even yeah, although there's no Overwatch, but
There was an Overwatch tournament.
yeah, Overwatch tournament. Although it was more of a lackluster, it's like there are more people who are cheering at the wrestling area than from their area. It was really disappointing, but I'm really surprised that one of the guest organizers, I think Playbook, managed to hype it up for the Street Fighter V tournament from the final day, which attract more people.
While also having their own booth on the side.
Yeah, it is
with
really nice.
free-to-play console games.
So it's like Playbook managed to save the esports festival for day 3, and they managed to provide a more professional approach.
Yeah, I
in
saw that. It was
organizing.
really well managed.
Yeah, I think you know the difference when it's certain organizers who handled for the first 2 days. It's really disappointing.
You know how well that was managed? Because one
Yeah.
of the Too Much Gaming guys disappeared for like 2 hours. And we saw him again. Like, where were you? I was watching Street Fighter V finals. Okay.
And yeah, there's a big upset. Like one of the one player who managed to win the final tournament is not really a competitive player, or maybe
Yeah,
it's
he was
only
more of
on
an online warrior.
So it's a
that took
surprise.
everyone by surprise.
I think Imperium managed to get him as one of their players, which is
I think so,
which is
yeah.
really good.
That's pretty cool.
So yeah, aside from AsiaPop,
APCC was really nice. This
yeah, it's a big improvement. Although yeah, some can may say that most of the lineup for the celebrities are not that big compared, with exception for Millie Bobby Brown. But some of the other guests may be a bit not really interesting compared from last year, but still, AsiaPop managed to deliver something
Oh yeah,
big.
because they got one of the Avengers for this year.
Oh yeah,
They got Vision.
Paul Bettany, right? So you know,
So you were saying that in 2015, the AsiaPop Comic Con focused on the guests, and now the con itself is trying to make it bigger.
Yeah.
By covering
The con itself got
other
bigger.
stuff.
yeah. So they're focusing not
Way
just
bigger.
like for pop comics, movies. They're also introducing other stuff like wrestling, because you know the Philippines is also a major fan in wrestling. Major fan of wrestling, and then also for video games like for esports. So it makes sense that they really try to introduce that, since it's still a pop culture.
Yeah, like that's the thing. I love going to Toycon every year because I'm a toy collector. But I had more fun at APCC this year than I did at Toycon. So
Yeah, true. Same here. So it's really good. So we can say that maybe in terms of quality and in their lineup, AsiaPop is really a big winner for this year.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, even if the guests weren't as stellar, like the event itself was pretty kick-ass.
Yeah. So yeah. So we still have some other events that happened this year. Like some of the examples is Ozin Fest, which also introduced Flow as one of their main attraction, and then we also have Best of Anime. Although I noticed that Best of Anime is getting on getting a poor reception now due to their lineup. It's getting smaller for the past few years, and their guest is just like the same, I think.
Considering that the management had a new coordinator for the event, it's expected.
I see.
So
there's a big
that's
change.
Yes, there definitely is a big change, but that is a learning curve for the person in charge for that. And I'm still optimistic about Best of Anime, although not as much as this year, because the only place that I've enjoyed so far in the Best of Anime is the one with Anizone.
Okay.
Anizone. Well, those were my friends. That's my bias. And considering
Bias.
yes, and,
Oh, yeah.
and considering the fact that I screwed up in that same event in 2015.
Well, for that part, it's that's an honest mistake anyway.
Yeah,
But at
well,
least it cleared up from the past years that
Mm.
it wasn't really your fault.
Well then, moving on. Yeah, that's my sentiments over the Best of Anime.
Although we can be more optimistic for the Best of Anime, since
I am
there's a new coordinator handling it.
There's a new guy handling it, and he has a lot of more to learn, like what I'm doing with my own event.
Oh yeah. Also, we could complement with Animax Carnival like did for last year. Although last year was more of a surprise appearance. Although we also didn't expect that. We also expected that they didn't manage to bring some of the bigger guests, like Maine, right?
Last year, they brought in some artists who participated in the Asia's Got Talent.
Oh yeah.
And this year, they were able to finally get here, Maine, after
How many
as
years,
promised.
right?
Yeah, how many years? And aside from Maine, we got Yanaginagi and Ami Wajima.
So some of the major.
And Elisa, do not forget Elisa.
Oh yes, Elisa, one of the major J-pop singers, right?
Yes, those are major J-pop singers, either new or veteran or upcoming, so on and so forth. So far, the experience over the Animus Carnival is really impressive. So much that I will label it as my anime event of the year. For the reasons such as the interaction with the activities, they really had it well. The rewards for interacting with the activities inside the event are really worth it. I got myself a signed Elisa poster on day one, and the ticket price. The ticket price is fit for 2 days, which is kinda generous to Animax, considering that they've provided a lot of stuff every time that they do an event.
Yeah, true.
Last year, they provided a lot of goodies.
Yeah, I think with the request card, right? That you need to complete and then you get a lot of goodies.
That's what happened this year.
Yeah.
And they also had their karaoke booth, which has Joy Sound on it, and people were just like singing in Japanese.
Did they also introduce the Sony booth? Like they also showcase a unit for the PlayStation VR.
They showcase PlayStation and PlayStation VR, though I haven't had of the VR, though I did get the hold of their cameras.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So at least we can say that Animax Carnival could be one of the best anime events for this year.
I
Yes.
actually like the Sony booth because of the miniature sets that they had.
Oh yeah, for the Sony cameras.
Yeah.
Yes, those,
It's like
those
their
were- I
samples,
really like
right?
it.
It's a good
let's-
introduction for new users.
Let's not forget the concerts. The concerts themselves are superb.
Yes.
The concerts themselves are really, really great.
One of the best moments for
At
Animax
par
Carnival.
with Cosplay Mania's concerts.
Yeah, what can you say for this year's Cosplay Mania? I
So
think
sad we
yeah.
couldn't cover it.
Yeah, so sad.
Okay, so moving on to Cosplay Mania, they collaborated with Sozo's I Love Anisong.
Oh yes, I
And
have
they-
a song, right?
And they were able to bring back on Riho Ida
Yes.
and the Tokyo Performance Doll featuring Domo, or so they say, the Tokyo Performance Domo. And Starmary, definitely. They were able
Yeah,
to
it's
get
a big surprise that
Starmary
Starmary is in
was-
Cosplay Mania, not
yes.
in Best of Anime.
Yes. Yes, though so far the sequence for say day one, because I was there on day one, is that Tokyo Performance Doll hype it up, Starmary hype it up more, and then there's Rihoida.
Oh yes, so you know the
Hype,
the
and
hype
then-
is still going higher, then suddenly back on boom.
Yes, on day two.
Yes.
Although Rio-san wasn't able to make a full set list as far as I've heard. Oh well, that's understandable. She will go to another place
Yes,
after
I
that.
think he has a tight schedule.
Yeah, she has a tight schedule. Either way, that was the greatest moment of my life.
In-
Like,
I'm crying.
That's
No crying, no crying in
that,
the
that was
space.
that was the second greatest moment. In
Too bad
my-
I didn't manage to watch the Backon concert, and you know, we're all Gundam fans here, and they managed to sing some of the openings for Build Fighters. Yeah, it's just a shame I didn't manage to watch it.
Too bad for you.
Yeah,
Sad naman.
there's still next time.
Torijanai.
Will there be a next time?
Maybe we'll see.
No, don't jinx, don't jinx.
Don't jinx it, cosplay.
No. You should have said, don't jinx it, Jay.
Jinx, don't jinx, don't
Do,
jinx.
you
no.
do not. You do not. I repeat, my repeat, and I repeat, my repeat, of I repeat. You
Stop.
do not.
All right, let's move on to one final event, and that's probably ESGS. Although I can't say much for ESGS, but I think it could be one of the biggest so far for this year. That it's like almost the entire floor, almost.
Okay,
And
Of
managed,
SMX,
yeah, SMX, and it managed to bring some of the major publishers like Sony PlayStation. We also got Bandai Namco for the first time, and then we also got Ubisoft, who also now has their own office in the Philippines, based in Laguna. And then we also got some fresh faces like from Capcom, making like a small appearance, but at least managed to give some impressions for the Resident Evil 7 demo. So, what is some of you guys? What's your favorite? What's your favorite
We also have
attractions?
the creator of Castlevania.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
the
we
creator
had a guest.
castle,
Koji Igarashi.
Koji Garashi.
Hideo Kojima. Oh!
No.
Oh, I irritated so many people.
It could be a spoil. No, it could be a hint.
Both ex Konami.
Well, that's a big surprise that ESGS brought out for the first time a major game developer, and that is in the name of Koji Igarashi,
The man behind
Symphony of the Night,
Yeah, Castlevania.
and
Symphony
also
of the Night.
the Metroidvania, or maybe we could call it the
Metroidvania's
Igavania
genre.
genre. So it's really surprising that despite that, for the community like in Dota 2, more massive here in the Philippines, you can see a lot of people who are lining up in this booth. This small booth that
It's really tiny booth.
is beside the ESL tournament.
Yeah,
It was
beside
with
a
the
big
blaring
screen.
speakers, with a loud shoutcaster with commentating, but still there are a lot of people who are
Who
lining
had
up.
stuff signed.
Yeah.
And he was prepared.
And he was really happy
He
that
brought his whips.
he with
his hat.
2 whips.
When me and
His
Rob,
hat.
we were the first ones to get stuff signed. And because he was just there in his booth sitting down quietly. 'Cause
Yeah.
it was too early for anything, right? The front doors weren't open to the public yet.
Yeah.
So we got in and is that Koji Igarashi? Oh, he's tall. All right,
Lucky
can we get stuff
bastards.
signed? Let's talk to his handler, his translator.
Oh,
And
so
then
it's
when
a
the
nice
translator talked to him, he brings out this bag. I'm like, oh shit, is he bringing up the whips? Oh, there it is!
It's really nice for Koji. He's really prepared. He's really expecting that people really still know him for the guy behind Egovania or the Metroidvania.
Yeah, and despite his Kickstarter being one of the most successful Kickstarter projects ever, a lot of people here just weren't aware that he was making a new game.
Yeah, they know him that he's one of the former
they just know
Konami
him for
employee.
Castlevania.
Yeah, for Castlevania. And then people are surprised that he has a new game.
There's a new game that
in
looks a lot
development.
like Castlevania.
Yeah, and people are just lining up and, oh shit, it's new Castlevania.
They had one PC with the E3 demo that's out.
But still enough for
It's
people to
really
really to enjoy the game.
It has a good feel.
Yeah, it's really nice.
That was
and
nice. That was a highlight of my weekend at the time.
people are asking for him to sign copies of their Castlevania games.
He knows how to sign stuff. He will take out the print cover of your game and sign that instead of just signing the case.
And then he also managed to sign my cartridge copy of Dawn of Sorrow and also my 3DS.
Or like on the 3DS even. Like, do you want me to sign it on this side or this side? And he'll know.
He's prepared.
He's very prepared.
And he's really happy that people are like asking him questions about the game.
He was very surprised at how many fans he had here.
He was really surprised. So we can expect that a lot of major game developers or maybe game designers showing up here.
Yep, hopefully. We get to meet our other game dev heroes.
Kojima-san!
Then like, what's Death Stranding? So, I don't know.
I don't know. We're doing it. We're just going as we go on.
He'll tell you the same PR thing he's telling everyone else.
I think also we could also comment with Sony PlayStation bringing one of the major producers for Call of Duty.
Their booth was for real because they had bouncers.
Yes.
Yeah, bouncers will tell you, no, you do not.
You can't do that. You can take photos. You can only play. Period. You can only take photos of the Play Art Sky figures. That's it.
I was actually very, very happy with the PlayStation, especially since we went to TGS early this year, and it was very, very comparable.
It looked for real. Like if you just walked in there, like, oh, I'm in TGS.
Exactly. While yes, it will pale in comparison to the size of what they did in TGS.
It was
so reminiscent of what they did.
It's the scaffolding.
Yes,
and the lights.
And basically just the size. While it's not as big as TGS, it's huge for a
here.
Philippine gaming convention.
Their booth is gigantic.
Yeah.
And if anything,
they even managed to beat the size of the screen, the LED screen from the stage itself.
Oh yeah.
Even
and
combined.
They had two of those too. Dang.
So see, if anything, that just gives me hope that we'll be seeing more and more video gaming events here, and that hopefully will rival the quality of international cons.
And here I am, I was waiting for some cosplayers who will do characters from New Game, and nobody appeared. 2017, please make it happen.
We want to see Overwatch cosplayers.
Yeah, Overwatch.
Not enough.
Overwatch.
But at least, I think maybe one team.
There was a guy, Zarya. That was weird. In Zarya PLDT booth.
But at least we managed to see a blood.
Business 76. And
Business 76.
Casual May.
Casual May. And Tracer.
Tracer.
Base Tracer.
See that Tracer? You have more fans now.
Base Tracer.
We Tracer.
You also see Bloodstained cosplayer.
Yeah,
that was Jazz.
And also a Soma Cruz cosplayer. So we can see there are a lot of people who are expecting for Koji Garashi. So hopefully Iga-san will maybe show up next year.
And the cosplayer who was doing the Bloodstained was very, 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 very happy about that.
I think I know that person. He also participated in Our Sister Sites contest, and she managed to win, I think, an FF15 copy.
Hi, Jazz.
Can I comment also that Call of Duty was there?
Yeah, Infinite Warfare. One of the key producers were also there for a panel.
Infinity Ward was there.
Infinity Ward.
Actually, the cool part about ESGS 2 is we actually had media exclusive press cons.
Yes.
These are the things that you only see in E3, that they have their own panels.
Yeah.
Well, we didn't have a panel.
No, it was still
but
private.
We had a private
media-only presentation.
And while I know that's not really a consumer thing, but for them to do that here, that's a big indicator of where the industry is going.
Yeah.
That's an indicator of how much they think that the gaming industry is growing here. So that's a really, really good step in the direction of the gaming industry in the Philippines.
We had the press con for Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, and we also got to try the PSVR mission for that game.
Yes.
So
and
for
let's
a
not
lot of
forget The Last Guardian.
The Last Guardian.
Yeah, and
That's,
then The Last
I think
Guardian
the hands-on
after
exclusive for
that,
media.
That was huge.
It was not available as demo for the
Nope,
public.
Not for the public.
So it's a good thing that PlayStation is taking care of the media. They know the media is the one who will be managed to provide more exposure for them and for the event.
For anyone who's listening, I know that you might be thinking that this is but that's just media. That I don't care about that. But I want to at least let you know that what that means is that they're starting to get a sense that the gaming media and the industry here is becoming pretty strong.
Yeah,
Yes.
to the
For
point
the-
that they're making these exclusive press cons.
Yeah,
Mhm.
because for the longest time,
They
the
didn't
Philippines
care.
was just a negligible market.
Yeah.
Primarily because of due to
Piracy.
piracy.
Piracy makes sense.
But now you see that they actually have these exclusive interviews. They have these exclusive demos that actually just adds to the geek culture here by the various media outlets giving these videos, these articles about what's going on. The first look on Call of Duty, first look on The Last Guardian, and it's unheard of. Technically, it's unprecedented that the Philippines gets that.
Yeah, I'd never imagined something like that would actually happen here.
And that is through the initiative of being open to everyone. Okay, don't get. I wish I could get started about this, but you know Korea and Japan, right? When it comes to openness,
It's really hard for them to be.
Japan's really hard to be
Yes.
open, but Korea's like, okay, here's a new video, watch it.
Yeah, it's a big,
And
big game changer for the Philippines. That some of the major brands in Japan are now more open to invest
Yes.
and to coordinate with other investors in here, and also for the media.
And I'm really happy about that because
Yes.
Japan's starting to get open.
Finally.
much more open.
And we love Japan. We like their
We
love
love
Japan.
Japan. We
We
love
love
stuff. Be
games.
open with us.
You know, God bless.
Japan dice.
We love their action figures.
I'm not a weeb.
Wave.
So yeah, since we
Wave.
mentioned about the media, the importance of media for these conventions, I think only few organizers are actually giving a damn about the media.
Yeah.
Like for example, we can see that ESGS takes care of the media. AsiaPop Comic Con takes care of the media.
Oh, did they? That was a
They
nice
did.
media room.
ESL1 managed to take care of the media.
Yeah. Pretty good.
Problem is there are some of the major events. I mean, also I have to add Animax Carnival, who are also taking care of the media, providing enough information, providing enough place for their coverage. I think it's time for the other major organizers to think ahead and treat the media, regardless if you're a blogger from a major TV broadcasting station, from a newspaper.
Let us not forget Toycon, who had a photo of the whole set of what do you call them, stormtroopers in the Manila Bulletin's front page.
Yes.
Let's not forget that.
See,
Awesome.
I think it's time for some of the organizers to finally decide to coordinate with the media. Don't think of the media as some people who are just there for free passes, because they're there for their job, whether it's for free or paid. Because most, like for example, bloggers, they don't earn much from doing coverage, but they're there just to do a content,
Spread the word.
to spread the word, because that's what the bloggers do. Same goes with the gaming media. Although the gaming media is more a
Look at
niche,
how cool this event is. I want to show you.
because only the few people are providing more interest on the gaming side. Like for example, interviews with the developers, interviews with the players. Also, doing creative content, doing skit videos to entertain their audience and to provide what's the idea of inside the event.
The playthroughs and all the stuff.
Yes, the aftermath videos, the let's play sessions with other guest developers. So I think it's time for the organizers to think ahead now and finally treat media as an importance for them. Because without the media, you won't really hear much from their events.
Basically, media are influencers. That's what
Yes.
you're trying to say. And as for the influence, if you want to influence someone, you go to someone who has influence to that someone.
Yes, because there's a following. So, for example, you see this popular guy, for example, maybe from Boss Mac, who's more on hardware and PC. So if you're going to go more for guides on PC building guides or maybe budget PC rigs.
You know
look
where
for it.
to go.
Like for example, so once we do something like for example Asus and MSI, you're going to go to his website.
Well, technically, that's my homework for next year.
So yeah, I think maybe yeah. So I think we could all agree that the media has an importance here in the conventions. They're not just there for free passes, just to roam around, just spend more, and then just forget what they're gonna do
What?
in return.
Triggered. That's the misconception.
The misconception.
But yeah, for real, like we've been to every ESGS so far, and now that it's a 3-day event, we finally agreed that okay, day 1, work. Day 2, work. Day 3, let's have some fun because I want to enjoy this con.
Yeah, because
Coverage is hard.
People are also these are all the same people who also go to your events every year. So I think they also need some fun time.
Yeah, like being a spectator or a con attendee is different from covering a con.
So very different.
So very different.
Yeah.
We have certain criteria in observing an event. We tell them what went wrong, what is the problem with their event, what made it really unorganized, or maybe they missed something that there's a certain magical spice or a secret ingredient they missed out something that could make it more interesting for their fans, for their audiences.
Above everything else, that is the reason why I no longer participate in say media partnerships, because dividing your time in enjoying yourself,
It's
enjoying
hard.
with your friends,
Yes.
and covering the event is hard. Even if you can commit to say post photos updates at these times, which factors may affect that? Maybe the connection, maybe the information that you got, you need to verify it. You can no longer enjoy the event if you
True.
are covering.
Because it's still work. You still treat coverage as work.
Work, yes, and that's why you won't ever see me being a part.
We always see you now raving somewhere.
Yeah, raving.
Raving on stage.
Raving on stage, dancing, prancing.
Oods.
Hey, the Jarhead project is great.
So at least we can agree that media is
Media
important.
is hard,
Period.
but it's important.
So yeah, it's time to close out this. I think we already reached almost an hour. So what can we expect for next year?
More bands, more cosplayers, I believe so. More hype up events, and maybe that's about it. That's as far as I can say.
Quality more towards world class, I think. At least, sorry, that was really bad. But I mean, the quality of booths, the quality of the program. I think you'll start. I think you'll start seeing that it's going to be more and more towards the international level. I see that our gaming and geek events will start to level up and catch up to the standards of what global is, and that's a treat for all of the geeks here in the Philippines.
So you, Migoy.
Pretty much the same as Rob. People now know that we do not live in huts, as that is the perception of most foreigners.
We don't have Vineless Fidelity
No,
Wi-Fi.
for real, people thought we lived in straw houses for the longest time.
Okay.
But yeah, like as we said before, when international guests come here, they're always more often than not surprised at how big of a following they have here. Like even the fighting game dudes, they're like getting so much autographs from all their fans.
There's
here.
a big following here.
It's huge.
Even here for celebrity guests.
Yeah.
The thing with our audience is that we do not talk about it much, but we know.
We know. So yeah, so we can have our expectations for next year, but what's our wish list for next year? Like, do you have any certain celebrities, certain guests, certain performers?
I want voice actors for 2017. Please make it happen.
We want Darren DePaul here. We want
I
Reinhardt.
want all of them.
Reinhardt and Ardin.
I want international YouTubers.
Yeah, like
We
Game Grumps.
actually
We want
had
Game
the-
Grumps
We
here.
had back in APCC of last year.
Commander Holly.
I'm hoping
Yeah,
that
Holly
that
was here.
YouTube Fan
continues.
Fest. YouTube Fan Fest Manila. How was it?
Oh,
We have no
No,
idea.
we didn't get to go.
Because it's
Sorry.
for a different audience, so it's really hard. Like for example, geek culture. There's no representative for geek culture. It's more for the the mass audience. So it's really hard to say
Or I
that
think
you know.
bloggers.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for
maybe if we can put
lifestyle, lifestyle
Yeah, lifestyle
bloggers.
bloggers.
I do have a wish list, but it's not for events. It's for the community in general. I hope that 2017, people start voicing out, start showing more,
More support.
their passions, their support. I hope that there's so many closet geeks now that don't talk about their passions online, but when you talk to them in real life, oh man, I play PlayStation, I play all of these games, I play these card games. I hope that people become more vocal about it. Not because we want more quote unquote weeps or anything,
Yes.
but it's more of when companies see this, they see business. They see when foreign industries see this, they see like, okay, there's now
There's a potential
there's a
market
potential
here.
in the Philippines, and now we should start investing and start making moves here in the Philippines. So now you saw that there are ESL, ESGS start to happen, but I'm pretty sure we'll get bigger and better things the more active the geek community is here. So I
Yes.
hope that's my wish list, because I think everything else will follow. I hope that the geeks here in the Philippines start be a little bit more vocal. Show off your passions
Yeah,
more.
make their voice heard. Voices are heard, right? Talaga. Like, I don't
Because
know, yeah.
we're at a time now where being a geek isn't stereotyped so much anymore as it was before.
Yes,
in
it's now a
films.
household name.
Yeah, now
Because the
you
geeks have grown up.
yeah, and you actually get to see legit that they say geek is sexy. Yeah.
Geek chic.
Geek shit.
No, I mean you see celebrities like Jennifer Lawrence, Anna Kendrick admit that certain parts of geekery, and it makes them more attractive to their audiences.
Look at Tom Rodriguez.
Terry Crews, for example.
Yeah, Terry
Look at
Crews.
that.
He's a gaming fan. He's a master
yeah,
race
he's
now.
really vocal
He even
about
wants
his PC
he even wants to
parts.
voice for
For
Overwatch.
Overwatch character.
But you see that because of this, it starts building and bolstering the geek community. So yeah, that's my wish, that people start
Start to voice out what they
Yeah.
really love.
as in wave the Philippine geek banner.
Don't think much on being embarrassed by people
Yeah.
because you love this
We're
certain
not.
interest.
I'd like to think we're no longer at that time. We're at
Yeah.
the time where it's totally okay and it's totally
It's
amazing
okay
to
to
be,
like
to be a passionate video gamer, to be a passionate board gamer, to like fighting games, to like watching people compete
Yes.
in Dota tournaments. I think that's totally okay. And the moment that the Philippines hits that tipping point, I think we're going to see much more.
you can
geek
see a
events.
bigger, better
Yeah.
event. See?
And when they say the weaves, speaking of adding value to the community, if we see weaves, these people can just tell them this is how we do it.
Yeah.
We can teach you about this. That one problem that we also have here is that we do not teach it. As far as my perception is, we do not teach the newbies on how these things go. So to add to his wish list, I'm looking forward for 2017 for people to actually tell the new ones how to enjoy these fandoms.
Yeah, like more of a
A guy.
crash course, or maybe a good introduction, like encouraging them to watch these certain shows,
Yes.
and then explaining them some terms.
Geek etiquette.
We
Geek
saw
etiquette.
we
Be
saw
inclusive.
Yeah,
we saw this in Toycon. We're looking forward for more of these next year. Speaking of which, I'm looking forward to many people that I can tell about my fandom, my Seiyu fandom, because I'm just that addicted.
because you're just enjoying. di ba?
Because I'm enjoying it.
That's
This is
Yeah.
my passion.
It's something you can express because it's something you really love. So this parang you don't need to be shy that you really like. For example, you love Love Live, and then people are saying, you like girls, you like virtual girls, or maybe cartoon girls.
And I can
Diba?
tell you easily right now that Rinko is also Sailor Moon.
See,
See?
so I think we can say that first that the fans should need to voice out, and then for the veteran people to help encourage the new people who are interested in this certain genre to enjoy it more.
Yes.
So, yeah,
Come to think
yeah.
of it, I remember a story way back last week sa Mega Mall, no? Well, there's this, well, let me be the harbinger of bad news, no? But we also should start voicing out in terms of, say, how should things go well? Because, of course, there's also a bit of understanding when it comes to these things. So, for example, there's this a guy here who is pretty much challenged with himself, and I'm looking forward to meet him, to understand him, instead of saying I will bash him. That's what's happened to me, so I'm telling everyone that this is my lesson for myself. And 2017, I'm looking forward to be as aggressive, yet polite, yet mild-mannered, and yet calm as I interact with people.
It's all about understanding.
Understanding,
If
that's
you
like,
understand the fandom, then you understand the whole
Yeah.
situation. And great, it's a win-win situation.
It's like trying to understand your kid.
Yeah, your kid.
Your kid. And he likes Gunpla, you only like Bazinger Z.
Yeah, hate comes from ignorance, and
Yes.
just because someone likes
Also
that
denial,
thing
diba?
doesn't mean you have to hate it just because you don't
Yeah.
know about it.
Or maybe you're not interested, maybe,
So you can just-
let people enjoy.
That's why, Chad, give Paladins a chance.
No.
man. Don't be so blind-sided. No.
Yuri on
still
Ice.
playing,
Actually, I am yet to watch the final episode of Yuri on Ice, and then I don't get everything because
It's all about JoJo Part 4.
No, it's more.
on.
It's
let's
more
just
Iron Blood
watch Magical
Orphans.
Girl Racing
Where's-
Project. Then we can just suffer.
Where's my stand? Where's that?
Anyway, guys, it's time to close.
Let
our
the Weeb Wars
episode.
begin.
Weeb Wars.
We
Anyway, thanks for showing up for this final podcast for this year. Well, I think we only have like 3 episodes. But this
thank you
weekend,
for having us as well.
Good job.
Asan yung Game of the
Productivity.
Year namin?
For Game of the Year, yeah, we'll be posting it. In, well,
Which one
January.
comes first?
Which one come first?
Well, I guess any final words from all of you, Ricky?
Yeah. Any final words, guys? Get good.
Get good.
We
Nerf
Overwatch.
We Overwatch.
Overwatch. Oh
We
yeah.
Overwatch.
Oh yeah. So
this concludes our final episode for 2016, and expect more RF talk in the coming days for 2017. So yeah, this is Chad from the Raymaru Files and Jay Agonoy.
keepsakes. That's jayagonoy.xyz. Although you'll see more of my thoughts there beyond my professional career now. Kasi everything that I say there, most of these thoughts that I'm saying right now are beyond my professional career. So this
Puro
is
food vlog eh.
puro food vlog. Hindi na puro food vlog. Photo vlog yun, boy.
Photo food vlog.
Photo food vlog, boy.
We vlog yun, we vlog.
We vlog. Hindi.
Web vlog.
Web
Ah.
vlog.
Web.
Alright.
Yeah. Great excuse.
Check us out at toomuchgaming.net. We have a Facebook page. Just look
Yay,
right there.
page.
But your name is Too Much Gaming. Haven't you had too much?
Are you
gaming?
not too much? It's not too much for you.
No, the unsaid is you can never have too much game.
Oh, you should check Ungeek, dude.
Yeah, I'm geek. Not so geeky.
Di ba opposite yan ng geek?
I know! It's a weird inside joke.
Kita mo next year may unweeb na yan eh.
Unweeb. Which is the
Oy.
opposite of weeb.
Oy, back
Yes.
to getting started with all these jokes. It can happen next
Oh,
year.
back to weaving.
Back to weaving.
Back to anime.
Si Boss Mac yan. No?
Oh,
Boss
Actually,
Mac,
there's
magkano siya.
actually-
Naka-love live na costume yan.
Actually, there's back to anime.
Ayan.
Yeah.
Back to
Hindi,
back to-
not weeb enough.
back to weeb.
Back to weeb. Back to weaving. Alright guys.
But yeah, this is Rob. Please check us out at ungeek.ph. We're on Facebook and the internet for blog.
Chad, put all the links in the
Yeah, we'll just
Yeah.
post their link shit there and then just report them.
Report them.
Anyway, also check out for our website raymarufiles.com, and for our YouTube channel, just search for Raymaru, and for our fan page for Facebook, Raymaru Files. So, see you guys next year.
Happy New Year, everyone.
Plop, plop.
Bye.